begin with the instruction of the course C641 Environmental Geomechanics. So in the introduction, I have already discussed with you, like till now you have learned about the conventional methods of foundation design and soil mechanics. You have only dealt with the saturated state of soil. You've never talked about what the soil, the condition of the soil, the stress state of the soil would be in the actual field conditions. So in this course, you will be learning about the various aspects of soil, the chemical, mechanical, magnetic, electrical characterization of soil. You will be linking all these properties with each and every aspect of the soil, which will help you in designing. Okay, so I am a second year master's student under Professor D.N. Singh. I'm Jasmine Lokesh, and my area of interest is as geo-environmental issues related to mining. So you all know that in mining there will be different issues, like when you're extracting your ore, you have to remove some overburden layer from there. So where do you dump this layer? Nowadays it's being done in an unengineered manner. That is not, now because of that only many issues are being created. You can't just take something out of somewhere and dump it in some unengineered way, because when rains come, when the amount of overburden dumping which keeps on increasing, the soil underlying soil layer, that also needs to be designed. Like you design a foundation for a building, even for these dumps, the foundation needs to be appropriately designed. You can't just dump it somewhere. It can lead to major disasters. Also, the processed ore which is coming, the byproducts of the processed mineral which is coming, the tailings, these are also dumped somewhere. We create retaining structures, but there are no basic etiquettes which are followed when we are designing such structures. So as time passes, you keep on dumping, the height of the dumps keep on increasing, and as a result, failure is inevitable. So such cases, geotechnical engineers are the ones who have to deal with such cases. Till now, I'm sure that when you're talking about mining, you must not have realized that geotechnical engineers will be having a role to play in it. So by this course, you will have different areas. You will discover different areas where you will find that you as a geotechnical engineer can play a very crucial role. So with this, I would end my talk over here, and I would hand over to my colleagues to give introduction about their areas of interest. So I would request Dr. Vikas to give an introduction about his area of interest.
I have different perspective toward this subject, and I think most of you will realize this point once you finish this course. So many of you have not realized this point, that soil mechanics or soil as a material, it gives you a lot of opportunity, where like it gives a medium. It's a medium basically where life can happen. Different physics can prevail. These physics can interact with each other. Different chemistry can happen. So that perspective is necessary for a geotechnical engineer, for plant physicist, you can say, or you can say a person who is expert in soils. It's not always about the mechanical loading which we should worry about. There are so many beauties hidden inside the soil which we most of the time ignore. This course will realize you that what multi-phase or multi-physics is all about. Multi-phase, multi-physics problems are extensively studied in different areas of engineering and science, like aerospace engineering, chemical engineering. But how these, you will realize that how we have ignored these topics in the realm of geotechnical engineering or soil mechanics. So I want to tell you that be curious and don't be rigid. don't have a perspective right now. Don't make any assumption or presumptions about the subject, in general, soil mechanics or soils, and very specifically for this course, because this course, as I know many of my colleagues will agree, and if you go and see the previous year's video lectures, you will realize that the course evolves by your questions. So you have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, this course will not help you, and it will not help us also. We are here to not to learn about the subject, not to learn what is inside the slides. I mean, that we already know. We means the people who are coming from the laboratory, who works in this area. Actually, we are coming here to hear your questions. That is only our desire, or like if one question you can ask which can like puzzles us, like we don't know the answer of that question and we have never realized, okay, this can also happen. That can be a game-changing thing for many of us or for you. So keep asking questions, make it a interactive session, visit the laboratory. I think soon we will introduce the laboratory also. And this is all my point of view about the subject, about the course. And if you have any specific question, you can ask. I think now I will introduce Arif Mohammed. He is also a PhD student.
Welcome all to this course, which is CE641, and your course instructor would be Professor D.N. Singh, and he is all PhD scholar will be attending this course. As Dr. Sharma mentioned, that this is not the course to teach you only, it's also learning for us to know what is the thinking process that is happening and what was the intention for that you have taken this course. So to start, I just have a quick look of your introduction, and if you just brief the, you can say that what you expect from this course. So could you please just quick introduction of you and what is the intention of registering this course?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lavinder Singh, and what I expect from this course is that it will deal with the MSW landfills, that leachate system, the interaction of the leachate with our liner system, and also I saw on syllabus last night that electrical and mechanical and other characterization of the geomaterial that I don't know anything about, but I am curious to know these things, and also other things related to environmental geomechanics that I can relate to. Mostly in BTech we are mostly exposed to not much to it, but only in the if you do a course on what is it, that solid waste management, in that we people have a role in that thing. So that's all I have about this thing.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Rituparna Chatterjee. I'm from Bankura, West Bengal, and I want to know everything about which I haven't studied in my BTech. That's all.
So one thing that for both of you, so do you think that the work that we are doing is state of the art, or we are like, what is your feeling when you just listen our two colleagues, and what do you feel that currently whatever we are doing, or how many of you have visited Professor Singh's website? Just raise your hand. You have visited. So do you think the work that we are dealing with is state of the art?
I didn't know that geotechnical engineering can have that dimensions also. Like sir introduced, just trying to us to have open mind, and I thought it will have a new lookout for us thing.
All right. Yeah. You are done. Please.
Hello, I'm Vikram Singh from VIT Durg. Louder. So I have a aspect that how the environment. Okay. How the environment is a different. It's in itself a branch, and the geomechanics how they do the both combine, and the interaction with the waste we dump, and what it after it goes to the soil, what happens. So these are the aspects I think that it may be covered. This.
I'm Srikant from Telangana. I'm expecting from this course, as our senior Jasmine said, like mining activity, the processing of landfill in mining activity, or uh, analyzing the landfill in case of radioactive materials, etc. I'm expecting from this course.
So, do you think that why do you think that this course is required for a geotechnical engineer?
Because we deal with soil,
Yeah,
obviously.
so just elaborate your answer. I know you are dealing with soil, but why do you think that this course is required or should be studied, or it's a burden for you?
It is important because we are dealing with soil, so we should know that various parameters regarding the mining activity or the interaction with ore materials with soil, and also radioactivity of soil, a mixture of radioactive materials with soil.
Hey, I am Vijendra Kumar from Rajasthan. Rajasthan. My specialization behind I am learn more about soil mechanics, how to deal with the environment in soil.
Hello everybody, I'm Gaurav Kumar Yadav from Madhya Pradesh. As you all know, Singrauli, Bokaro, as well Chhindwara is known for minings. Uh, Even where I living actually, 10 to 12 kilometers away, there are 2 3 mines are there. Coal extractions been going on. As I'm totally agree with Jasmine ma'am, as she said, like, lots of humps are there, or lots of lumps are there. The extraction material and the things which are going on. Uh, so actually, this subject tells us environmental geomechanics. That's how we treat with the things which are not important or which are just wastage. So how we can treat and how we can found make some foundations here then, so that these kind of things be stable after so many years. Just due to lack of space, these mines get off. Sometimes there is such open cast are there, so for some reasons, due to lack of space, they shut off. So we can manage the waste first of all, to make it more handy and to make more extraction, so that we can use more and more resources later on. This kind of things I used to know with this subject, how to deal with that.
So, what do you think that the issues are being posed by coal mine?
Hmm.
So, what issues you can think of?
Actually, they covered lots of space, more and more years. After so many years, they elaborate the things just because they have no idea about, because the waste they extract with the coal, they are dumping out. So after years by years, they are increasing and they covered so many areas. So later on, the things are very handy to handle that. So it is not been. So I think we have to make it like. Make some techniques to handle that particularly, so it cannot be happen later, so we can manage the space and also more extractions we can do with that.
So, why do you think that these issues should be dealt with environmental
So,
geotechnologist?
so also because sir, environmental, because it is related with environment, we can improve ourselves by using techniques. uh, as I see, there's a machine, continuous manure, designed by China. So it is used to extract the coal mainly. So with this machine, they used to extract the coal and dump it by its own, without any manpower. So it is very easy to handle the things, and without with using it, we don't have such waste material and all this, and the all many things they do very easily with that. So by using techniques, we can do that easily. We can handle it. So lot more wastage is been out, and we may improve it later on.
Okay, thank you very much for your inputs. Please.
I'm Mitra from Kerala.
Okay.
Why environmental geomechanics? Because of day-to-day human activities, more and more foreign materials are getting introduced into the soil, which is contaminating the soil. So I believe through this course we'll get to know like how we can reduce it or confine it such that the neighboring places do not get affected.
So, what is your opinion about the Kerala flood and the after effort or effect of Kerala floods? What happened to Kerala and related to environmental geotechnics?
Like there was a lot of erosions that took place, like a lot of places went underwater.
So, what happened due to that?
The quality decreased because from many places the waste got dumped into the lands which was not like expected, and the management was not very proper.
Okay. Anything else you can think of? Okay, thank you very much.
Hi friends, I'm Shruti. Actually, why I've opted for this elective is like we are all familiar with environment and geotechnic from our BTech level. So now we are combining both the subjects, and it is very exciting to know what happens when we combine both the subjects. So we are all familiar with our 3R system, that is recycle, reduce, recycle and reuse, but still we'll be having some waste particles. So definitely it is gonna affect our soils. So being a geotechnical engineer, I find it is mandatory to know more about this waste so that I can bring something new which will protect the soil from deterioration. So that is why I've opted for this course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Fami S. Mahin. I'm also from Kerala, and why this subject? Because I find it more innovative and research oriented subject. In day-to-day life, we are facing new problems in soil. Like on years passing, we are facing new problems, and this subject may help us to uh, to find a remedy to such problems, I think. And our senior Jasmine ma'am has also given a brief introduction of this subject, and we felt it very interesting to study about the same. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your introductions. Now I will start. So I am Arif Mohammed. I am a third year research scholar working under Professor Singh. I am working in the area of management of municipal solid waste. So as some of you have mentioned that the management of municipal solid waste is one of the major issues that need to be dealt with, and it is a, you can say, the need of the hour for environmental geotechnologists. So here my topic is bioreactor landfills. So anybody has any idea what is bioreactor landfill is? Or how many of you have visited any landfills? Or any idea what is landfill is?
Mostly municipal waste, solid waste, that is domestic waste that we generate into low-lying areas. That was used to call landfill. But as the all the low-lying areas got filled, then we started started taking the plain areas, and with a certain slope we started putting that in. Now these days we use landfill term for these things.
Okay, so conventionally this is we can say that most widely used, you can say, the practice for dumping of municipal solid waste, but due to the stringent rules regulation by different regulatory bodies like your central pollution control boards or state pollution control boards, now there are various issues that is coming because of this uncontrolled, or you can say unscientific dumping of municipal solid waste. And one of the issues is generation of leachates and its migration. So one of you has mentioned that leachate might contaminate the groundwater. So it will contaminate the groundwater, and if you drink that groundwater, now you can imagine what is going to happen with you. Okay, because leachate contains many heavy metals and organic loading. So because of that, you have to safeguard your environment from these leachates. Another issue is methane gas. So there are two issues you must be reading in newspaper what happened because of this methane in a landfill. Okay, so it's a potential greenhouse gas, so we cannot allow it to emit directly to environment. However, on the other hand, it has a very high calorific value. So if we capture that methane and convert it to energy, then it will be a boon for society. So that is the job for a technologist, or you can say a scientist. Okay, so then bioreactor landfill comes now to accelerate the process of decomposition. Now we cannot wait for years to decompose this municipal solid waste, because some of you has mentioned space is becoming constrained, like so, and city like Mumbai where space cost is too high, you cannot afford landfills. Or so what you have to do, you have to accelerate the process of decomposition. Okay, so there are several methods and several techniques, and because of this the topic comes, that is decomposition of organic matter. Now in your geotechnique you have read that soil is inert material. Okay, like sand, there is nothing is happening because the grains are stable. But we talk about organic matter, let's say marine clays. So for Kerala you must have heard of marine clays, and in Mumbai also the coastal belt is basically a marine clays. So these are very highly organic soils, and if you want more information, just read about decomposition of organic matter. Okay, have a look and a Google and what it says and what is the effects of that. And when the decomposition happens, it is a biological process, or it might be a biological process or thermochemical process. And then it comes is a multidisciplinary topic, or you can say the multi-physics, or we call it coupled phenomena. So you have talked about three-phase system during your BTech or two-phase system. Now we talk about multi-phase system, where we have a solid, and the solid also has two parts. One is organic, another is inorganic. So the concept of conventional geomechanics is violated, because what Terzaghi's soil mechanics says, what about the soil skeleton? The matrix is, the particles are So now you have to read about, if you want more information, just read about the multi-phase system. And then in this multi-phase system there are flow of gas and flow of liquid. Now when you talk about permeability, you talk about a saturated media. Okay, so there is a only single phase fluid, or you can say only water is flowing very specifically. But in reality, I would say that there are very few locations where you will get the saturated zone. Your earth surface, the agricultural soil, all are unsaturated. So then we talk about two-phase system or two-phase flow. So normally during the course you will be listening that the conventional geomechanics, we are one step ahead. Okay, so because of that, the real life problem, whatever we try to simulate in our laboratory, and we'll discuss this during our course, and we'll take your inputs and try to generate more questions whatever we are discussing, and give your input. So yeah, so for my introduction, it is a brief introduction. Now if you have some question, I would like to, or I will happy to answer. Okay, thank you very much.